Good afternoon, councillors and staff, and welcome to the Community Economy and Culture Committee meeting for May 2026. Please be advised that this Committee of Council meeting is being recorded and live streamed. By speaking at this meeting, you agree to being recorded and live streamed. Please ensure that if and when you speak, you are respectful of others and use appropriate language at all times. Combine Council accepts no liability for any defamatory or offensive remarks or gestures made during the course of this meeting. The recording of this meeting will be made publicly available on Council's website. Item 1, applications for leave of absence. Can I have a mover, please?
Yes, I'll move it.
Moved by Councillor Weaver, seconded by Councillor Pearson. Just noting that Councillor O'Brien is coming. She's just running a bit late. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? That's carried. Item 2 is declarations of interest. A mover, please. Councillor Pearson, seconded by Councillor Weaver. Are there any declarations?
No, nothing to declare.
None to declare. Thank you. I will put that. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? That's carried. Item 3 is declarations of political donations. Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Weaver, seconded by Councillor Pearson. Are there any declarations?
Nothing to declare.
Declared. I will put that then. All of those in favour say aye.
Aye.
To the contrary, no. That is passed. Thank you. Item 4 is the community prosperity update. Can I have a mover, please? By Councillor Pearson, seconded by Councillor Weaver. Thank you. We'll go through this as the items are listed. We'll take the reports as read, but just if staff have anything further to add. So the older person services as read. Anything further? Thank you.
No, I think I've covered most things in the report unless anyone's got any particular questions.
Yeah. Any questions or comments? Just read the community transport.
Yes.
Which is a great service. But do we get reimbursed by the government for that as a per kilometre rate, or we just get a straight out grant?
Through Mr. Chair. So at this point in time, the grant funding is block funded. So we receive an amount and we have a KPI that we need to meet with regards to that. Moving forward with the changes with the Commonwealth Home Support.
It's on.
Oh, is it? Sorry.
Moving forward with the changes to the Commonwealth Home Support Program, they'll be looking at payment in arrears per trip. But at this point in time, we just receive a block amount of funding from 3 different buckets, basically. So Commonwealth Home Support for people over 65 that are eligible. From the Transport for New South Wales, we receive CTP money. So that's for people that are transport disadvantaged. So the bus services that we provide in some of the communities. And then from New South Wales Health, receive money for health specific transport as well.
Thank you. Yeah, the other reason for my question is because obviously with increasing in fuel costs, and if this crisis or was to continue on, how we would manage that.
Yep. We did receive an email for Transport from New South Wales. They were going to provide a one-off grant. I think it was a couple of $1,000s, but I don't know that that's come through yet. So I think all community transport services in New South Wales, we're going to get that.
If I could just ask a question, in regard to transport, we've got a client not a client, a resident that isn't a client that needs a trip to Orange and back again because of some failure of transport in their family. Is there a way of getting them to an appointment without being a registered customer?
There's a couple of options. I mean, if it was a health related appointment, there's the health specific transport, that could be an option. The government's really pushing us, if they're over 65, that people do sign up as a client so we can capture that data. But there is 3 transport options, so we could certainly talk to people individually and see what their needs were and try and work out a solution for them, yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I've just had a few people say to me, they're still capable of getting themselves or their family are getting them around.
Yeah.
But something goes wrong and they've got no access to that health.
So there is some options, but we just need to talk with them.
The Cabon Home Support. Take the report as read. Are there any questions or comments? No, thank you. The community transport trip analysis from July to December. Any questions? Anything further?
So through you, Mr. Chair, that's just a report. We have a governance meeting with Transport for New South Wales every 6 months. So this is just some of the feedback, which is very valuable that they provide back to council. We'd encourage the Commonwealth Government to do the same sort of thing, but that doesn't happen.
Thank you. Children's Services. Any questions or comments from councillors? No. Anything further from you, Leader? No, thank you. Libraries. Anything further from staff? No.
No.
Any questions or comments from councillors?
Well, I did ask a question earlier of Stacey before our meeting as to the opening of the Canowindra Library and community health area. And well, Stacey has said they're looking like maybe August.
Yes.
Around that time.
Yep, through you.
Which is good. A lot of people have asked me.
Yes, yeah. We were just waiting for the building to be complete. So the freezer, there's a couple of other things that are still going on, but that's the plan. We just need to confirm that with funding bodies and executive, because there's quite a few dignitaries that will need to be invited as part of that funding requirement.
I have to say at this point, everybody is so impressed with the whole setup, how it's working and everything. It's really good. Very good.
Yeah, no, it's a lovely space to work in.
Thank you. Anything further? No. Sorry, I should have just mentioned above in regards to the older person services, just to acknowledge our staff and the team for the Cabon Seniors Expo that was put on back in May, and thank them for their efforts. I was really surprised to how many residents turned up and were engaged in that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Age of Fishers Museum. Take the report as read. Anything further?
No, through you, Mr. Chair. I suppose this is new, Age of Fishers being represented as part of the department. So I just wanted to give you a bit of a snapshot on visitations at this point, but that will be something that's regularly happening. What I didn't mention in there is that the advisory committee is happening again. So we've had 2 meetings as well. So that's working well, I think, Councillor Weaver.
Yes, I'd like to congratulate you for having this in here. I think it's really important for the other councillors to see all of the information that you've gathered. And I have to say too, and I know she's gone, but extend our thanks to Amanda Lane, who was very, very good at her job with the Age of Fishers. She's gone back to England, but she's such a lovely person and so welcoming to everybody at the Age of Fishers. I think she's going to be sadly missed, but I think she's been replaced by a lovely person. So yeah, it's all good. But the other thing that has been really successful is with Dr. Alice Clements. And if they're going to make that hopefully a reoccurring event, I think that's going to be really good for the Age of Fishers too.
No, definitely.
Thank you. Anything further? All good. The tourism events and culture update. So the CommBank summary. Any questions or comments from councillors? Well, thank you. The autumn school holiday event. Take that report as read. Anything further from councillors? Anything further from you?
So that was some grant funding that we applied for the school holiday programs. Yeah, so it was good numbers at the little centres, and we're trying to sort of get the activities out through the smaller communities to support young people and youth.
Where will the winter holiday activities take place?
Kidal and Ugara, but don't quote me on that.
No, that's all right.
Yeah,
Thank you. Anything further? No, the communications update. Take it as read. Anything further from Alina?
No, I mean, just highlight social media. We do have interaction. Some people look at things more than others, but it's a mechanism to get information out there. It's certainly not the be all and end all or the answer to all questions in trying to communicate with the community, but you know, it is well used.
Yeah, and I think from council's point of view, this is a really good report in terms of you know, that have your say data and the social stats and that around for our or any potential you know, application into the future to IPART to demonstrate that community engagement and the understanding of our financial situation, because that, you know, that is the criteria, and it also gives councillors the confidence that, you know, when somebody says to us, oh, I didn't know about that, well, hang on, there are several communications mechanisms we use. Yeah, you know, we're providing the options there. So
yeah,
thank you. Anything further?
Yeah, I have to say it's very comprehensive, and congratulate the staff on their work in you know, incorporating everything into the report. Yeah, very impressive.
thank you.
I would also like to echo that too. And let's just hope that we see the number of registered participants in the Have Your Say Cabon page get larger.
Yes, but through you, Mr. Chair, we're looking at some other mechanisms to get that information out to people. So different options to access the code to be able to register and sign up.
In terms of comms, and obviously council at the last meeting made the decision to undertake further community consultation and engagement around you know, any potential financial decisions we make into the future. And we have supported that through other media engagements, etc. But have we got, I know it's only been 2 weeks, any initial data on the Future Ready Cabon through the Have Your Say?
Yes, I think it's in here, isn't it?
Well, I didn't, maybe I misread, sorry.
Right. Have Your Say Cabon, so page 7.
Yeah, no, oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's just that high level data.
Oh, yeah, I meant just specifically on the Future Ready. It's only early days, so it doesn't.
Yeah, no.
Through Mr. Chair, we will be providing more in-depth information to councillors this afternoon. We've got a detailed report from the Have Your Say platform that we've printed out a copy for everybody, as well as a snapshot on all of the comms statistics, whether that be Have Your Say, social media, external news agencies, wrapping it all up into one snapshot to distribute this afternoon. Yeah.
And I think that'll be handy to monitor
Yeah.
through this committee each
Yeah.
couple of months as we move forward over the next 12, 18 months. Thank you. Website review. Take the report as read. Any questions regarding the website review? Anything further to add from staff?
No,
No.
thank you.
Thank you. Just read that website review. Does it include accessibility testing or review, or is it purely just and when I say accessibility, you know, things like colours and
Be in line with the standards
Yeah,
around accessibility. Probably not as part of that review. I suppose it was a more content and looking
Yeah.
at the overall, you know, what the website looks like.
Yeah.
From a disability inclusion consideration, we have the read option available, and yeah, we do look at text size and that type of thing to ensure that our comms is meeting the requirements.
Yep. Anything further from councillors? Social media statistics. Take the report as read. Anything further from councillors? Oh, thank you. And obviously that includes the e-newsletters and that. The Cabon SMS. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to grants update. The Cabon Community Assistance Program, we're going to talk about that a bit later. So
Yes, yeah.
Is there any questions from councillors, or happy to leave that for later?
I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in regard to sponsorship program.
Well, we might, when we get to that report, come to
Oh,
it. This is just, sorry, under the grants update.
Oh,
If you're happy, are you happy with that? Because then we can talk about it a lot more in depth at that point. Yep. Sorry, a village enhancement fund, we'll take that as read too, because there's further report on that later. The community participation grant fund pathway project, which was discussed at the last council meeting. Anything further from councillors? No, that's the pedestrian path to the, all good. The transport infrastructure funding bus shelters. Any questions or comments from council?
we're only getting two, aren't we? Is that right?
Under this round of funding, Kewdale and Yeovil.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good.
Anything further to add?
I know, so this is some new money, so it's an opportunity to look at this work that has been identified previously. I think there was previous rounds that weren't successful in grant applications. So, yeah, no, it's good.
And the Old Yugowa preschool variation. Are there any questions or comments from councillors on that? I think we've all been briefed in the past. Thank you. I will put that whole report. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? That's carried. Thank you. And just before we do move on, I just want to acknowledge the work Stacey's done in bringing those two. I think this is our first meeting since Stacey's become the leader of Prosperity. Just acknowledge the work you're doing, Stacey, to bring those two teams together. And thank you. And thanks to the teams as well
Well done.
for being willing to play nicely and come together and see the strategic direction of council.
Through you, Mr. Chair, yeah, it's been quite a positive process. Yeah, the team have all bought in, and yeah, we're working really well together. So it is good to see.
Thank you. We'll move on to item 5 then, the event sponsorship program. Can I have a mover, please?
I'll move it.
Moved by
Second.
councillor Lever, seconded by councillor Pearson. Sorry, I know Catherine just had some questions about this one. That's all right. Is there anything further to add from the leader?
No, I'll take comments,
Yep,
questions.
we'll
Thank
take the
you.
report. Are there any comments or questions from councillors?
I just have a problem with the
Table.
table further down. Council has supported the following events via 25-26 event sponsorship program. We've got on page 23, the Canowindra Challenge Incorporated, $20,000. And then further down, the Canowindra Balloon Challenge Incorporated, 2026, $20,000. And I know that we haven't given them $40,000 this year. So I think that's just a mistake. And there's also one with the Arts Council, but I think that was a crossover in finance.
Through you, Mr. Chair, yeah, so the Arts Council, definitely, it was just a crossover in, they've done their event based on calendar year, but the money, the grant didn't come through until the financial year. It's just something that we need to be mindful of for moving forward. With regards to the balloon challenge, I'll have to take that one on notice because I don't have the answer to that with me at this point in time, but certainly we'll have a solution for that for the council meeting.
Strongly support that we didn't pay them twice.
No,
What I was
Yeah,
thinking.
no.
yeah.
And if I can just
Yeah.
make a comment, the Baroque Fest for Canowindra, it's growing and it has grown year by year, which I think is fantastic. And it's great that we're supporting it, and also the dancing in Canoundra, the road dancing. Lost my page, hang on. I went to this last year and the year before, actually, just to have a look and see what it is. They are terrific, and they really do put Cabot out there, which is, you know, a great thing for council, and very appreciative of what we do in support of them. So yes, I think they're really good.
Thank you. Any further from you, councillor Pearce?
No,
I'm good. Just on behalf of councillor O'Brien, just because she isn't here, and I hope I represent her question properly. Just around the Fine Music Festival, noting that, and yes, this is a great event and they do promote, you know, accommodation, etc. in Canoundra, but noting that there is quite a few of those events that make up that in Cowra Shire Council. So she just was happy to support it, but just, yeah, flagging, you know, that it is a cross council initiative, I suppose, and that, yeah, hopefully the funding we are providing is does provide that economic benefit back to council or back to Cabot. I'll keep filibustering while I wait for councillor O'Brien to come in. I think the field days
We've had a
was,
filibuster, Mr. Chair.
sorry, yep.
A while since we've had a formal filibuster.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
What's happened?
Trying to filibuster so that you could, because we're just up to the music festival in Canoundra.
Oh, okay. Yes.
The field days is in line, as the report says, with
Yep.
previous support. And, I think the support we do give them, it would be good for our mayor to continue to have an opportunity to speak at the opening of that. And I think councillor O'Brien, councillor, sorry, we've spoken enough about the dance. Are you okay? Did you want to have any comments around the
Fine music.
Festival?
Well, my only comment was that that 3 of the 4 venues are in Carrisha. I don't know if that's an issue, but I did say to Jamie that the way, I mean, we always support the Food and Wine Week, all of their stuff. Because those events are in Cabon Shire, but you know, the benefits don't necessarily flow through to Cabon. But looking at their program, all the accommodation and everything appears to be that they're promoting is in Canoundra as opposed to Cowra. I mean, I think it's a wonderful thing and they get huge crowds. Well, not huge, they've got a dedicated following and it's quite a high-end sort of elite group of people who come for it. I think that sounds good. But my point only was that like Billamari, Goolagong and Rosnay are all in Carrashire. It's just All Saints Anglican Church in Canoundra.
Well, I acknowledge that, councillor O'Brien. I think they're that close to Canoundra that they consider themselves part of Canoundra rather than part of Cowra.
Well, I guess that's why I brought up the Food and Wine Festival, because they would consider themselves Orange, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know how consistent we need to be. And I guess, do we know if they even apply for Carrashire?
Wouldn't know that, councillor. I
No.
might just, I suppose the name is first and foremost indicates where the focus is, but I take on board that, you know, it sounds like they're on it's called the Borderlands. It's not in Cowra itself.
No.
It's a bit like Cabon quite often with things that are running Orange has a codependency or for the success of the event, the accommodation is one area, there might be an event in another. So I'm not sure.
I believe we should support it. I just wanted to make that clear, that
Yeah,
it's not all.
But I thank you for that, but I wasn't aware. And I think, so I suppose we weren't aware there was a number of events, but I don't, I think particularly while it's under a Baroque Fest, you know, it's headlined, particularly gives an obvious economic benefit to the,
Yes,
I would suggest.
yes. Okay, that was my only point.
Are we aware of any other, obviously we've got 6 weeks left of this financial year. We've got around the $9,000 mark in that funding program. Are we aware of any other applications coming in?
Not off the top of my head.
No, no, like,
but
yeah.
Yeah, would certainly, if they do, we will make sure that.
Oh,
they
yeah,
get through.
Yeah, it was just more that, you know,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah. Good that-
In saying that, that 92,785. Is that less?
I would think so, yes, but I'm making an assumption without verifying that. Yeah.
The $20,000 isn't included in that.
I don't, I haven't,
One
well,
of them are.
I have to add that table up. Yes, I'm taking it on notice, definitely, and it'll be sorted for the council meeting.
Thank you. If there's nothing further from councillors, I'll put that. All those in favour? Contrary? No. The ayes have it. Thank you. Item 6 is the Cabonne Community Grant funding. Can I have a mover, please? Moved by councillor O'Ryan, seconded by councillor Pearson. Anything further to add from staff?
Through you, Mr. Chair, I suppose we've just combined the two funding buckets into one report because there's quite a bit of crossover. So we just thought that would make it easier. We hope that the information that we provided was clear enough with regards to that. So
I'll just go down through these. So, Kewdale Central, upgrade of those toilets there. Any questions, comments from councillors? Oh, thank you. Cumnock Show Society, the fencing improvements, comments, questions? Eugowra Rugby League Clubhouse security, any comments or questions? No, obviously, other than just to say that this is the facility that's been done at the old preschool site. It's been done up following the floods, so yeah, it's good to see. Yeah.
What are the security updates that they're doing?
can't answer that, I'm sorry. Yes, I would assume so. I'm sorry, I haven't got that in my head, but I can certainly find that out for you. It's a new facility because they've got their canteen and that type of thing there as well. So there would be quite a risk if it were to be broken into with theft or damage.
Yeah, so upgraded security, including monitoring alarm systems, security blinds to prevent visibility and keypad entry access. And that would obviously improve accessibility to that building for other user groups.
Thank you for clarifying. I didn't print off the attachments.
Sorry, now I just need to find where I was at in the meeting. Okay, Eugowra Show Society furniture for the new community and evacuation hall centre. Any comments or questions? Thank you. Mullen Preschool window upgrades. Any comments or questions? The Nashdale Lidster Public Hall wind and cold air brake roller blinds. Comments or questions? So they'll need them at Nashdale.
Yep.
Yeovil Historical Society Buckenbar Park garden improvements. Comments or questions?
It's that one there sounds really interesting, doesn't it? Back in that. That's my comment.
Thank you, councillor. If there's nothing further on that one, we'll move on to the Village Enhancement Fund. So obviously as part of those other applications, there's 2 applications for from Kewdale and Cumnock. Any questions or comments from councillors? Just noting as well the funding amounts that are still remaining with those communities. Nothing further? Okay, I will put that report then. All those in favour? Against? Okay, sorry, councillor O'Ryan, I've just kept talking. Would you like to?
No, please keep going.
Sorry, I didn't.
Can I just ask you a quick question though? Do we let the community groups know how much money they've got that could be spent? Like, does the progress associations, do they know? I mean, even Spring Hill, $10,500, that's a lot of money that can.
Yeah, Spring Hill's a tricky one because it doesn't have a progress association, councillor, so through you, Mr Chair. So that's something we're going to try in the spring when we're doing a bit more engagement, going out and trying to engage with Spring Hill.
Yes.
Obviously there's quite often feedback from Spring Hill people that they get very little from Cabonne Council. So one of the ideas I'm floating is whether the signage we recently did for the Shire, I don't think Spring Hill got signs, I was able to, given the way the funding ran out and what we did with population densities, etc. So that might be something that could be an item that they might be open to, but I'm not, again, how do you relate to who is the community of Spring Hill, as in how do you get them together if they're not a recognised body, but we'll give it a bit of a go, which this tends to highlight. But yeah, they are all updated. Some are very adept at leveraging this money, and some look a bit reticent at times to use it. But it's still we'll probably bring back to the committee and council some ideas that staff have got that may work between these two funds, how we could possibly better manage it, with the Progress Association being recognised as the peak bodies, if you like, in the community, having them a little bit more involved between the two, rather than being a competitive grant and then an allocation. There might be a way of looking at, we're getting some analysis of where money has been going over the last few years to just see what makes the most sense.
Yes, the thing is to get the actual community groups to know that they have to go to the Progress Association if they need something.
Yeah.
And so that there's even discussion and debate in the Progress Association what the town needs. You know, do they need a new fence at the primary school, or do they need,
And that conversation happens with our staff because they come to us and we say, have you gone to the Progress Association? So that's the trying to get that more embedded.
yes.
It's a priority for the community. The association, you would think, would be behind it. Is a better place to at least assess whether the community benefit from that than the councillors, particularly obviously in towns that don't have a councillor directly on council. It's meant to help that along a bit as well.
Well, we also we hear from the noisy ones, don't we?
Proactive ones, yes.
Yeah.
Passionate.
Passionate.
Okay, sorry.
I
No.
was just going to say, but I think too, especially with Canowindra, everyone's well aware of the funding that's available to them. And we've had different community groups come in that don't normally come to Progress Association meetings with requests, and the Progress Association has looked at them and supported them, which has been really good. And that's what this money is for improvements to our local communities. So, very good.
I know, we've got one more item.
One more.
Okay, I will put that then, item 6, which is the Cabonne Community Grants Funding Report. All those in favour, aye. Contrary, no. That is passed. Thank you. And sorry. Item 7 is reports or questions for future meetings. Can I have a mover, please? Moved by councillor Pearson, seconded by councillor Weaver. Are there any questions or requests for reports for future meetings?
Yes, Mr Chair. I've had a couple of people come up to me and say, why has council at their last meeting given $250,000 to Canowindra High School? And I said, what? And they said, well, you and councillor O'Ryan seconded it, moved and seconded it. And I thought, I don't know what you're talking about. Have they read the papers? All they've done is read the top headings, which says, I can't remember now, it's item 15 of the last.
CHS, you said.
Yeah, CHS for Canowindra, supporting $250,000. They took it as Canowindra High School. So I'm just wondering, in those headings that we put on top of our items, can we spell it out rather than abbreviate it with initials?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, because it does get confusing. I mean, there's one in here, the OOSC. And I had to think, what does that mean? And it's, yeah.
Good point.
Probably put it in full to the first time and then, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, as long as, but
Yeah.
people don't understand that, and that was their first assumption, because everything in Canowindra, CHS, is Canowindra High School.
Not Canowindra Health Service?
No,
Bond home support.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How many CHSs?
I mean, I have to say, my heart started to flutter and thought, what have I voted on here? And say to them, we don't support educational departments. They do their own supporting. Anyway,
I've got something too. Tom Beath called me the other day. Have you spoken with him? Have you? No? From the Progress Association, because the funding obviously was approved for the balloon globe and the rest of it. And he said last week he got a letter to say that they'll get the money as soon as they've quitted it. He said, we don't have 20,000. He said, once again, I'm going to have to lend money to the Progress Association. But apparently they didn't, he maintains he didn't know about that until we got the letter last week to say, or whatever.
It's on the application form,
Oh, okay.
but,
Yeah,
but we'll talk, we'll be able to sort something out.
okay.
I think Tom's coming over to have a talk anyway, isn't he?
I've got him, I
Yeah.
tried bringing him today, and he just left another message, so now
Yeah.
we know what the issue is, but look, it's on the application form, that's how it works, so.
Does make it a little bit tricky for, I mean, I know it's a greater risk, it's more money from us. For those bigger events that they've got to, have 20,000 sitting there. As he said, he always has to lend it to the to anything that's going on. And I don't know, I wonder if, because it's ongoing, whether there could be exceptions. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I understand too that with our Christmas party, where we give $500, he has put the bill for police and the power or whatever else they've got to pay for, and then claims it afterwards. I know that's happened before, but it seems to
Of course,
be,
it's just governance, it's the way we should do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
We take on board what you're saying.
Yeah.
Really, if they've got outstandings, they could not wait till the festival's over. If they've got receipts and invoices that add up, they could send it to us before the event, like
Yeah.
itself. And so when bills come due,
Oh, and so you can pay
it's about evidence of the expenditure on the event. It's not necessarily has to be
a receipt.
straight walk. No, as you can imagine, I imagine there's a lot of expenses that are up front that may have to have gone out, and perhaps there's some way. I'm not into their books, but there is possible way that, because most places give you a bit of time to pay them. But what I'd say it is that they're on their last notice that they have to pay, and then they put in for their acquittal, and it takes time, and so he has to pay it so that the vendor doesn't get upset and won't work with them. So he has to pay them within a certain period of time. So, but we can work through that.
Through you, Mr Chair, there'd be some financial requirements as well as the governance stuff around that, thinking about the audit trail possibly. So we'll have to just talk with finance to get an understanding of what needs to happen. Yeah.
In an ideal world, that 20,000 would go in the bank for next year.
That's exactly right. Now, 'cause the idea of these things is that I would hope that events that are long-standing should have a bank balance to draw upon. So you're exactly right. So I don't know what the cash situation is. We have our own problems with grants and cash flow, so I understand the problem. But so I'll talk to Tom and see what the problem is.
Anything further? Any questions or requests from council? No, I'll put that then. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against, that's carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Time being 12:45, we'll close the meeting. Thank you.